Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, how you folks doing? Welcome here to our Smackdown Live post show, our review. We talk about everything that happened here today on the show. And overall, guys, I truly thought that the Smackdown Live show was good. I really don't have too many things to complain about here today, which is really nice considering last night's Monday Night Raw was absolutely terrible. So WWE, kudos to you for bouncing back in a very strong way, giving us a very solid episode of SmackDown Live. I thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish. We're going to break it all down here. We're going to talk about everything that happened, even the weird ending there with Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns and Rowan and all that. We're going to talk about where that is potentially going. It is going to be a good show here today as we review this thing. Remember, we do take your live calls as well, as you can head on down to the description below and head on over to our Discord in order to do that. But now, everybody, it is time for that Conman certified, say it with me, roll call. So who do we got in here today? We got Shell. Welcome back, Shell. Once again, thank you so much. And Cody as well. If you're in here, buddy, thank you for today. A13 Entertainment. Sodverk, how you doing? We got Magic King in here. We got Nathan Noble. We got the Convict Peyton Cash. And us Pitts. How you doing, my friend? We got J.E. Edits. How you doing, man? Waleed Hejaz, welcome to the live stream. We got Christian Vega, welcome as well. The Ultimate Insane, it's great to see you up in here. We got Missile Norton, we got Brian Odell, we got Alan TV, welcome to the show. We got Asim Khan, welcome back, my friend. It's great to have you in here. Shane the Gamer, Nick Manalena Spain, and also Johnny Anonymous. It is great to have you guys on here. And the final shout out goes to Johnny Burns. So, Desi Plays, we'll say hi as well. Okay, everybody. SmackDown Live overall tonight, like I said, it was a good show. If I had to give it a rating, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I was saying during the live stream that this show was very enjoyable. The matches were great. Honestly, the first hour was probably better than the second hour, if I'm going to be honest. But overall, the show was just so damn entertaining. I enjoyed every little bit of it, even the weird ending where I was like, man, is that seriously what they're doing with it? Still enjoyed it regardless. So we started out the show here with a Kofi Kingston promo. As he comes on down to the ring, he is ready to cut his promo, but before he can even really get going, all Kofi Kingston hears is Randy Orton saying stupid, and asking if he has his attention now. Randy Orton, that's one way to make your presence known, by saying that stupid line over and over again. After a little bit, Kofi Kingston finally says that, or actually this was probably just before the stupid lines. Kofi Kingston reveals that they are going to have a match at Clash of Champions, Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston. But anyways, this is then the letter that was read out to Kofi Kingston, and this letter gave me chills right now. Like, absolutely chills. So here we go. This is what the letter said. Dear Mr. Orton, stop hurting Kofi Kingston. Kofi is not stupid. Kofi is a good man, but you are a mean man, Mr. Orton. So men that make you my hero... Oh, what? It is men... I don't even know. This transcript was terrible. You make Kofi cry at night. You know how I know this? Because Kofi is not just my hero. He is my dad. Signed, Kai. So it was a letter from Kai, Kofi Kingston's son, and that just added a very interesting element to this entire feud. I think that was the moment that it needed. And also, Randy Orton saying that he is staying in the same hotel as Kofi Kingston's wife and his son. Like, are you kidding me? This level of... of personal brought to this feud was truly awesome to see, and then the brawl ensued. And this is the brawl that I want to talk about, because this is what we need to see. We need to see these two guys butting heads all the time. We need to see what they bring to the table, and sure enough, Kofi Kingston got the shit end of the stick here tonight. He got DDT'd by Randy Orton on the concrete floor as Randy Orton walked away. This set up the match for Big E versus Randy Orton later on in the night, but it was a very good segment, a hot segment to start off the show. It's good to see that they are pushing this WWE title feud the way that they are. You know, it feels that Kofi Kingston's truly come into his own as a champion here, And this is the feud that he needed to get him to that level. But again, as I said during the live streams, I truly think that Kofi Kingston needs to lose the WWE Championship at Clash of Champions in order to win it back from Randy Orton at Hell in a Cell. And I think if you can create that little bit of babyface momentum behind Kofi Kingston, it will get him another WWE Championship reign, and it will make the second reign just that much better because he had to fight against adversity. He had to beat Randy Orton, the guy who took the title away from him to begin with. So that's where I would send this feud. I hope they do that. We'll see, though. All right. So we then got backstage, and Big E was seen leaving the trainer's room. He confirmed the fact, though, that Kofi Kingston will be ready to fight at Clash of Champions. But after tonight, he can't say the same thing about Randy Orton. He vows to essentially injure Randy Orton. We'll see how that one goes later on in the night. But let's go right here. The King of the Ring match, Ali versus Buddy Murphy. And this one right here, this was my match of the night. This was everything I wanted it to be. When I saw this match was announced for the tournament, I was thinking, my God, this is going to be awesome. When I saw the match unfold in front of our very eyes, I thought, truly, this is awesome. And I was chanting, this is awesome with it. It was a great matchup. Of course, the ending kind of got me confused. Not necessarily confused, but I guess just more like, wow, caught off guard that they actually gave the win to Ali. Because the way that Buddy Murphy has been over the past few weeks, it has been that he has been on display against Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. And I thought that this would be the week that he gets the win. It felt like Ali probably could have afforded the loss, and Buddy Murphy probably could have afforded the win. You know, it would have been a good little tip of the cap to Buddy Murphy for 2 weeks of strong matches. However, this was once again a very strong match from both of them involved. The chemistry is off the charts. You know, this goes back to their matches down in 205 Live. It was a great matchup, and Ali coming out ahead is a shocking one. It's probably more shocking than Buddy Murphy winning, and it creates some intrigue. You know, Ali versus Elias. Does Elias beat Ali? I don't know. I think Ali might pin Elias. And move on to, you know, the final. And all of a sudden, you're looking at the finals from the SmackDown side could potentially be Andrade versus Ali, or it could be Chad Gable versus Ali if you want to go with complete upsets, you know? So this is really intriguing to see where they go with this. I like the handshake at the end of the match. You know, it kept Buddy Murphy as a babyface, which is good for his character. He needs to be a face at this moment. So yeah, all in all, that was a really good segment. I enjoyed it. Then we saw Bayley sitting backstage. Ember Moon came into the room, so they kind of continued over their SummerSlam stuff there. Ember Moon essentially, though, was playing good guy to Bayley, which is, you know, good. And they're essentially done with that. So then they got Lacey Evans returning to TV. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that Lacey Evans has not been seen since Extreme Rules. Since that main event against Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. So she had been off TV for a little bit. Was she missed? No. I've been saying this for a while. I think Lacey Evans' gimmick is very, very good for the main roster. I think it's a great gimmick in 2019 to have if done properly. And unfortunately, WWE has not done it properly. Lacey Evans, though, in this predicament, it was fine. This was a match that she needed to have. This was the opportunity for her to showcase her in-ring ability against one of the better women's wrestlers on the roster in Bayley, and she stood up to her no problem. We'll obviously talk a little bit more about that match when it comes down to it, but Bayley and Lacey Evans, a match that happened later on in the night, was quite good. We got ourselves a $5 dono right here from Farmer816. So let's read this out right now. We're going to get Barbara to roll the dono, considering we can actually turn it up here. We don't got any background audio or anything like that, so just give me 2 seconds to load this dono right here, and then we'll continue on with the show. But yeah, so after the little promo right there with Bayley and everything, here we go, let's roll this. We then got the Miz, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn segment. We'll talk about that in a second.
Elias needs a fair shake against Drew, who wins. Can't keep playing guitar forever. He needs a strong showing.
Elias needs a fair shake against Drew, who wins. I don't think that match is going to happen anytime soon, but if they have a match against Drew McIntyre and Elias, you know, I feel like that's a match that Drew McIntyre would desperately need to win if that ever went down. But yeah, I truly don't know, my friend. I don't think they're going to face anytime soon. But if they had it, then, you know. Okay, so Nakamura with Sami Zayn and The Miz. This was the segment that we're going to talk about right now. And personally, I missed a good portion of this segment, if I'm being honest. All right, you guys went absolutely insane with the donos during this segment. I didn't hear a lot of it, but from what I did hear, the segment was quite good. It painted Nakamura as a badass, a silent badass, which is good. It keeps Sami Zayn strong as a manager. And it also put over The Miz as a dominant mid-card champion. You know, he brought up the fact that there was literally this time where he was one of the most respected Intercontinental champions. He believes he's the best IC champion ever, and that is a good thing for Miz to boast, because when you do look at the list of Intercontinental champions and think of who are the most prestigious champions from each and every single era, Miz is right up there. He is probably the most perennial mid-carder WWE has in this current generation. You know, there's nobody that exemplifies the mid-card more than The Miz. And honestly, The Miz as the IC champion did wonders for the title, and I like that he's going back to his roots, trying to get that title back from Nakamura, calling it his title. That's a good story. However, Nakamura absolutely laid the hammer down on The Miz. Sami Zayn was annoying. This did what it needed to do. It was great. Good job, WWE, with this. It continues to paint Sami Zayn and Nakamura as a feared duo to be feared with. You know, it's good. I liked it. All right. We then found out that Shane McMahon wasn't going to be here tonight, which was good. That left Kevin Owens, you know, a little bit of lee room to go out there and attack Elias. I kind of liked it. And that happened later. But we'll talk first about Bayley versus Lacey Evans. And this match, guys, it started out weak, but over time, this match built. They got their chemistry together. They seemed that they were hitting their moves a little smoother. I mean, the belly-to-belly suplex that was botched by Lacey Evans wasn't really good. But, I mean, she kicked out, or at least she got her foot on the bottom rope, right? So it's not like that plagued the finish of the match whatsoever. I like that Bayley's using the elbow drop more so than the belly-to-belly suplex, because what I was saying during the match is that Bayley's belly-to-belly suplex is used by a lot of other superstars in just their normal repertoire, you know. Belly-to-belly suplexes are fairly common in the WWE. It's kind of like a super kick, you know. Everybody seems to have one. And when everybody seems to have one, nobody truly is able to get that over as a finishing move. So it's nice to see Bayley take to the skies, dropping the elbow. I would like her to have another finishing move. I think Bayley should honestly have some sort of submission move laid in on the fact that she likes to hug people. You know, it's not necessarily like a bear hug, but like a modified hug on the ground. Kind of picture Asuka's Asuka lock. Instead, Bayley is like choking like her out with like her stomach, and I don't know. It could be interesting to see her have a submission move. I kind of like the reverse figure 4 leg lock that Bayley had locked in. I could see Bayley using that as a submission move as well in the future. So honestly, though, the match built up over time. It delivered in the end, and Bayley picked up the win. This is what needed to happen. None of this Nikki Cross tag team champions losing to another champion crap. This was a woman who was formerly in the title picture, who is not in any picture right now, going one-on-one with the champion, having a good showing, and losing to the champ, which you would expect Lacey Evans to lose to the champ. So, yeah, all in all, good segment right there. Very entertaining match for the most part. I did not mind it whatsoever. All right. So then we got Randy Orton versus Big E, and this one was good. Good. Probably not as strong of a match as I was expecting, but I think that's kind of the point. They were more focused on the story of this match being Big E trying to get retribution against Randy Orton for what he has done. And this went exactly as it probably should have, give or take a little bit at the end. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But I liked the story in this match. I liked the fact that Randy Orton was as vicious as ever. He was dropping Big E on the table. He was doing all that stuff that he's known for. And then I also liked that Big E got the chance to come back and deliver the back body drop to Randy Orton on the announce table as well. dealing out a little bit of punishment to him. He looked good in the ring, as Big E always does. And Randy Orton then got the heel heat back on him. And this is WWE booking this title feud perfectly, because Randy Orton now, he's got the equalizers in the Revival by his side, the top guys, if you will. They've got a sweet-ass finishing move, essentially a Dudley Death Drop into an RKO. I don't even know what name to call it, but it's awesome. It's just everything that it needs to be. And Randy Orton obviously beating Big E is huge for Randy Orton. It's the right call, and it puts some more attention on this feud with Kofi Kingston. But one thing that I think should have happened, and it didn't. Oh, okay, sorry, one sec. They're calling it the Super RKO. Are they? Okay, cool. So one thing that happened, or didn't happen, that I think should have, that's what I meant to say, is at the end right there, you saw Randy Orton combine that Super RKO with the Revival, and it looked fantastic. But after that, it felt like they probably should have done the same thing that they did to Xavier Woods, trying to break the knee of Big E. You know, they instead of them truly trying to take Big E out, they just hit him with that Super RKO. And honestly, like, I think that was just a little bit of a misstep. I really think that they should have had them attack the knee of Big E as well, really sell that leg drop off the top to the knee, and truly sell the injury that it causes, because not only would that take Big E out of the equation, leaving Kofi Kingston all alone, it also reiterates the fact that Xavier Woods is hurt. You know, Xavier is hurt from what the Revival did to him. And I think that would add, you know, some more legitimacy to the move. It could be a big move for the Revival moving forward. Obviously, we've seen them use it down in NXT many, many times. And they sold it down in NXT as a big knee-breaking move. It was the Revival's heel tactic to eliminate people, to injure them, right? So, yeah, all in all, a good segment. But I think they probably needed one more step of intensity at the end to truly sell this move. But hey, you know, it was good. Randy Orton picks up the win. I did not have a problem with that whatsoever. So yeah. I think though soon, guys, we probably need to get a mid-card championship on Big E. After the New Day loses the tag team titles, whenever that might be, I would like to see Big E with either the Intercontinental Championship or the U.S. Championship. And I think Big E could probably get that done against Shinsuke Nakamura. I think that'd be a really intriguing feud to see Nakamura versus Big E. And maybe Xavier Woods goes off into the 24/7 title picture, or maybe Xavier Woods floats back into the to the main event picture, or maybe Xavier Woods and Kofi team if Kofi loses the WWE Championship. All I know is that I would like to see Big E get a mid-card championship, because he showed he could hang in the ring tonight with Randy Orton. And I think that's all he needed to do, right? But before we continue on with the show, please make sure you guys leave a like on this video. Also making sure you are subscribed to the channel. We then got the 24/7 champion Elias back down to the ring. He was sitting on the King of the Ring throne, and he was wearing the crown. And every time somebody wears the crown, it seems that they either get beat up or they lose. So sure enough, right behind him, there was Kevin Owens, and he was ready to beat up Elias. Hits him with a stunner. 1, 2, 3. Basically, the segment's over. It wasn't a match, but he hit him with the stunner, and that set up the 24/7 championship chaotic stuff that normally happens. R-Truth came down to the ring. He tried to pin him. Well, Elias was absolutely stunned on the ground, not moving. Drake Maverick comes in, viciously pulls R-Truth out of the ring, drops him on his face, and then R-Truth is gone. And Drake Maverick becomes the new 24/7 champion when he pins Elias. And he finally gets to probably consummate his marriage. Probably not, actually. But Drake Maverick is your new 24/7 champion. Then we had our main event match of the evening. Shelton Benjamin versus Chad Gable. Not that it was a bad match, you know, because it wasn't. These two showcased a lot of athletic ability, and they showcased good timing in the ring and a good understanding of how they work together. It was quick. You know, it was quick for a King of the Ring tournament match, and it was just a little bit longer than a squash match for sure, because Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin both got some offense in. But you know, a Chad Gable winning with that float over bomb, 1, 2, 3. I think it's called a sunset flip bomb, or I don't think it's quite a code red. A code red has a little bit more intensity to it. Chad Gable wins, and I think this is good. Chad Gable moving forward is probably the right call in the tournament. He is a bit of an underdog, so maybe he beats Andrade as well. I don't know where they're going with this, but all I can say is that Shelton Benjamin was pissed off at the end over Chad Gable, and maybe that's to set up a feud moving forward. Then let's talk about, did Bryan know? First of all, I got to ask you guys in the comments, did Daniel Bryan know Rowan was the attacker? Yes or no right now? Let me know. I'm looking at the comments. Did he know he was the attacker? Yes or no? No. Yes. Prob, no. No. Nah. Yes. No. Yes. No. 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 So more no's than yeses. Interesting. Interesting. I think Bryan knew. I think Daniel Bryan knew. I think he is trying to sell this as much as possible, slapping Eric Rowan like that. I think he knows. And I think Daniel Bryan really knows. But here's the question, guys. What if there is more to this story? What if Daniel Bryan is orchestrating this whole thing? You know what I mean? What if these are all the big mind games? And that's what I got to ask you guys. What is the payoff to this story? Where are they going with this? If it's a payoff of a Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns match at Hell in a Cell, okay, all right. You know, I think I can deal with that, right? I think we'd all be okay if that is where this is going. I don't really know what else is going to happen in the storyline. We're going to need some more stuff to get it to Hell in a Cell if that ends up being where it goes. But yeah, overall, I think it's a good enough story. It was a weird ending where Daniel Bryan just got speared by Roman Reigns after he was basically begging for Roman Reigns' forgiveness right down to the ring, saying that he didn't know, swearing he didn't know, calling Rowan a liar. I think it's just all smoke and mirrors, though. Daniel Bryan probably knows. It was good, though. The show was not perfect, no doubt about that. Overall, though, enjoyable. Like I said, an 8 out of 10 for me. Let me know, guys, in the comments right now. What would you rate the show? Like I said, 8 out of 10 for me. But that's going to bring us to our live calls here tonight. And we're going to get to a few of your live calls here. I don't think we're going to be here for a ton of time, but we will see what we can get to today. And then also, oh, yes, before we get into the calls, everybody. All right, before we get into the calls, this Thursday, Hold the Rope will be taking place at 12 p.m., so noon. Noon, we are live with Hold the Rope because I'm actually going up to my cottage. It is going to be the last time I go up to the cottage before we build on it. You know, it's actually a really, really sentimental weekend to me. The cottage we have had has had a trailer on it for the past 9 years. So I'm excited to see the cottage get built, but it's the last time I ever get to go up. So this Thursday, I'm actually leaving the cottage. So we'll be doing Hold the Rope at 12. So noon. All right, everybody? Noon this Thursday, and this is the time that you can talk to me either tonight or on Thursday. So let's get to it, everybody. We got time for a few callers. We are going to start things off with Atlanta, Spain. All right, Atlanta, Spain, we are starting things off with you. Hey, Atlanta, Spain, how you doing, my friend? Atlanta, Spain, you there? All right, Atlanta, Spain is... Oh. Hey, my friend, how you doing?
I'm good.
Welcome to the live stream. So what'd you think of Smackdown Live tonight?
It's okay.
All right.
I was really...
Continue.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry, it's just hard hearing you. Go ahead.
I was really... Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. There we go. We're all good. All you.
I was really rooting though for Buddy Murphy because I was like, man, this guy needs a push. But when he lost, though, I was bummed out, and I was like, come on, what are you doing, WWE? You know, Buddy Murphy needs a push.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you on that one. That I thought that Buddy Murphy probably was going to be the winner of that match as well. The good news to say here is that Buddy Murphy has put on 3 spectacular matches in a row, and those are the first 3 matches he has had on the main roster. So kudos to Murphy for making every moment count, and officials backstage are truly going to take note of it. So I guarantee you'll see more of Buddy Murphy moving forward. What else did you like on the night?
Yeah, I like the fact that Ali, won. What they're doing with Kofi Kingston, and hopefully the Roman Reigns storyline will get, more interesting after a while.
Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully that's going to happen. Were you a little disappointed with the ending of SmackDown tonight, with just how it all formed?
Because, if anybody needs a push though, Tyre, because like he was the chosen one back in the day. He went away for a while, got polished, came back better than ever, and I'm like, what are they doing with McIntyre? If anybody in WWE right now is a diamond, it's Drew. Push the guy already.
I absolutely agree, man. I absolutely agree. Thank you so much for calling, man. We're going to get on to a few more callers, though. Have yourself a wonderful night. All right. So, sorry, Atlanta, Spain, if you're listening to this video. I think what happened is we were having a big delay in between when I was answering your questions and everything. So, to everybody who is listening to the video, make sure that you have the video muted, because it's entirely possible he might have been listening through the video. I don't know for sure. But Atlanta, Spain, thank you so much for calling, dude. We're going to get on to Chief Cam 98. Hey, Chief Cam, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
How you doing? Welcome to the live stream.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. What'd you think of Smackdown Live tonight?
I thought it was overall good. Like, really good, actually.
Yeah, it was quite entertaining, wasn't it? What was your favorite part?
The match with Ali and Buddy Murphy, for sure.
Oh, yeah, that was a great matchup. It was everything that I thought it was going to be. It was built up perfectly. Are you happy with the result of Ali winning?
Yes, because I think Buddy Murphy got, like, his moment of fame for that, and Ali hasn't gotten a win in a while. So he needed this.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, man. Ali's been on the losing end ever since he's kind of been called up to the main roster. So good to see Ali get the win, even if it's at the expense of Buddy Murphy. But at the end of the day, Buddy Murphy is putting on incredible matches. He's going to be fine.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. What else did you like from SmackDown tonight?
It was the, well, actually, I want to say what I didn't like, which was the match between Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin.
Okay. So
I hated how it was like, well, it was like, the match was fine, but I think that if Chad Gable, if he looked like he was lucky when he just rolled him up.
Yeah, a little bit, didn't he? I think that's kind of the point. I think they're trying to paint Chad Gable as this underdog. Focusing on his height is a big indicator of that, right? So I think giving him a fluke win over an established superstar like Shelton Benjamin is probably WWE's way of saying, okay, this push is somewhat happening, but it's going to be also the start of like a fluky push. And I think he's going to have this underdog mentality because he'll win with roll-ups, or he'll win with moves that people don't expect him to win with, right? And I think that's going to also push the fact that he's a very technical, proficient wrestler. But that's the way I would go with it, at least.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty good.
Anything else you would like to mention on tonight?
The fact that I think Daniel Bryan did not actually know.
You think he didn't, eh? All right, give me your reasons why you think he didn't know.
I think Daniel Bryan's smart enough to know that if he was going to go in the ring with Roman would think he would know and spear him. Why would he want to get speared? Very
true. That's very true. Daniel Bryan is a smart guy, right? He would know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you bring up a good point there, man. We'll obviously have to watch and find out if he did know or not, and I'm excited for next week's SmackDown.
Me too.
All right, buddy, we're going to move on to our next caller. Thank you so much for calling. Have yourself a wonderful night.
You too.
All right, everybody, let's get on with Evdog Too Sweet. Evdog Too Sweet, how you doing, my friend?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. What'd you think of SmackDown tonight?
Better than Raw.
Much better than Raw. Yes, much, much better. What was your favorite part of tonight?
Ali versus Buddy.
That seems to be the general consensus, eh? What was the thing that made that match stand out to you? Was it just their overall chemistry? Because that's what it was for me.
Because coming from 205 Live to the main roster, those two, I would say, those two can easily perform a main event match if WWE gives them the time.
Yeah, I agree, man. They're the future of the wrestling business, you know. Right now, if we look into the next 6 years, who is going to be competing for the mid-card and main event championships? Buddy Murphy and Ali are going to be heavily in that picture.
I know, and this might be strange, but I hope WWE sees the potential in them, and please make them a tag team down the line.
Ooh, I like that idea because they do have the 205 Live history, and they are brought up around the same time. You know what, man? That's not a terrible idea. A tag team of Ali and Murphy would be really cool.
Yeah, and also, I would say, yeah, like those two, they could easily win a tag team titles, and those two with this chemistry, it could go pretty far.
I agree, man. That was actually not a bad idea for a tag team. And then down the line, you know, you could have that tag team split. There could be a good rivalry between them. One would turn heel, obviously. Probably not Ali, probably Buddy Murphy, but still, it would be a good feud for sure if they ended up making the tag team and going all the way, winning tag titles, and then splitting down the line. I like your thinking, man. I like your thinking.
Yeah. And another thing is, everyone was shocked when Kevin Owens lost King of the Ring, but I knew from the start when Shane McMahon said he can't touch a referee, I knew Kevin Owens would lose from making that deal. So after that, I had a feeling it's either gonna be either Ricochet or I say Ricochet will be in the finals, but against him, I had a prediction. It was either Buddy Murphy or not Elias, but Andrade.
Okay, interesting. If you're to go with, say, Ricochet from the left side, right, from the Raw side, on the right, you're going to probably need a heel, and that would be Andrade. So Ricochet versus Andrade is probably the match if Ricochet is going to go all the way to the finals. However, I think Ricochet is going to get injured by Samoa Joe after their match, and that's going to set up his match against Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin will take advantage of the injury, and thus he'll be the heel from the Raw side, and you'll probably get a babyface, maybe Ali now against Corbin in the finals.
Well, if I had to pick a babyface, I would say either Ali or Gable. That would have been like a huge underdog story. Gable, Corbin.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. The underdog story there of Chad Gable is unique for sure. I think the underdog story for Ali is probably a better told one at this point, and it's a bigger match. You know, Corbin versus Ali is far bigger than Corbin versus Gable. But to go also with what you said there, Ricochet versus Andrade is a bigger match than Corbin versus Ali. So, you know, if they want a big match, they might go with that one as well.
Yeah, and I'm kind of mad WWE's not using Aleister Black in any storyline. You just have him in one match with Cesaro. Now they're cutting him off TV for watching Lacey Evans strut for 20 minutes. Why can't WWE do anything with him?
I see what you're saying there, my friend. One thing I have always said is that absence makes the heart grow fonder, and with Aleister Black not being featured on TV every week, you want to see him more. It's kind of like the Fiend, right? His presence not being there doesn't make you forget about him. It makes you want to see him, and I think that's a very special characteristic thing to have. So I don't hate the fact that that Aleister Black is not being featured heavily on TV right now. It's a slow phase in, trying to find out who's going to fight him next. And
what they did with Brock Lesnar for a month or two, not feature him on TV.
Yeah, because everybody was still talking about Brock. You know, when he was away from TV, people were saying, "Where's Brock?" People would moan when he was there on TV, and then they would moan when he wasn't showing up. Kind of the same thing, you know, except for Aleister Black being a babyface. People want to see him, right? And so the more that people want to see him, the more that they're going to buy into his matches when he finally does wrestle, you know? If you announce for the next pay-per-view that Aleister Black's going to be on it, I guarantee there's going to be more eyes on that pay-per-view.
Yeah, because I had a prediction for a storyline that the next person to challenge Shinsuke Nakamura for a title who to take the belt from him would be Aleister Black at Hell in a Cell, and Sami Zayn's going to be barred from ringside, and Black will take the belt.
I am so down for that. Yeah. Yep, that'll be a good storytelling. Yeah, I'm down for that one if that happens.
Yeah, and one last thing. Do you think it's going to be possible that the Undisputed Era will be draped in gold before they get called up?
I don't know if they're going to be called up at all. With NXT moving to Fox, I think Undisputed Era is so important to that brand. I don't think they're getting called up anytime soon. This recent TV deal has changed the game. It has changed what developmental is. NXT it's going to be its own third brand now, and you got to have stars on there. So people like Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, Shayna Baszler, do not expect them to be called up to the main roster anytime soon. Yeah.
Well, I have a huge shocker down the line, like around October-ish, November-ish, when they get to around like Royal Rumble or like things. I see what WWE doing that. They're either gonna have the United States Intercontinental or the main titles. They're gonna be put in a title match against a random opponent. I see Tommaso Ciampa winning one of those belts when he returns to get a huge pop.
Maybe. I don't mind seeing Ciampa get one of those main roster belts. It feels like he's going to be facing Adam Cole though at some point in the future, trying to get his Goldie back.
Well, Drew McIntyre never had a rematch when he got hurt.
You're absolutely right with that sense, but the thing with Tommaso Ciampa is he's been constantly mentioning trying to get Goldie back, that he never lost the NXT Championship on social media. That's kind of been his character ever since he's been injured, that he never lost it. He was coming back to get it back. When he was featured alongside Johnny Gargano, he was calling himself the true NXT champion. I think he's got some unfinished business down there in NXT, unfortunately. But if he does come up to the main roster, I'll pop so hard for it.
Yeah. And also, do you think Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler will win the tag titles at Night of Champions?
My heart says yes, because I have a tough time believing that they won't try to turn somebody on the other person. I'm not going to be surprised if Seth Rollins leaves Braun Strowman out to dry, or if Braun Strowman just completely incapacitates Seth Rollins before their Universal title match. So my heart says yes, I believe they will become the tag team champion. But on the flip side, there is something about seeing Seth Rollins lose his Universal title, but walk out still the tag team champions with Braun Strowman, that intrigues me.
Yeah, well, at Night of Champions, I think I have one spoiler that I really hope that The Fiend will interfere either during Seth's match or AJ Styles' match to set up a championship feud.
Yeah, I've heard the rumors as well that Bray Wyatt is set to be inside, well, maybe not inside Hell in a Cell, but set to be at Hell in a Cell facing for the Universal Championship. So whether that means Seth Rollins defends his title and then he faces off against The Fiend, or if that's Braun Strowman versus the former leader, that's almost a more intriguing story. Braun versus Bray, because Bray Wyatt brought him into the WWE. I think that's where they're going, considering the fact that there was a tweet released from the venue operators. I'm not sure where Hell in a Cell is actually held, but from the venue saying that Bray Wyatt is set to face one of Seth Rollins or Braun Strowman for the Universal title. So we'll see if plans change it, but that's what it is right now.
Yeah, because honestly, or it could be a triple threat, and it could be a more amazing match.
Yep, absolutely. It could happen. All right, man, we're going to get off to some more callers, though. Thank you so much for calling, and you have yourself a wonderful night. All right, bye-bye, man.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody, we got time for maybe a couple more callers. Let's get in with Thomas Noble. You know what, guys? You're a big fan of Thomas Noble. He's a frequent caller of the show. So, Thomas Noble, you're up next. Thomas, how you doing, my friend?
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back to the show. Do we have a rant today or do we not?
Yeah, hello? I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
I think I have the wrong earbuds here.
Okay. If you want, I can call you back after the next caller if you'd like to do that.
That'll be perfect.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, buddy. I'll call you back after this caller. So let's go on with Johnny Burns, okay? Johnny Burns, how you doing, my friend? Johnny Burns, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
How's it going, my friend?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. What'd you think of SmackDown tonight?
Well, I know Thomas won't have a rant.
Oh, does he have a rant? Okay, what do you think the rant's about?
Well, I'm saying he doesn't because no Shane McMahon.
Oh, you're saying he doesn't have a rant. Okay, my bad. I misheard you there. Yeah, no Shane McMahon tonight. That make you happy?
Makes me really happy.
So you don't like that Shane McFarty pants, do you? Not at all.
No, I don't like Shane McFarty pants. Thank you, Thomas, for getting me on that.
Yeah, like that's totally a Thomas Noble special right there.
Yeah.
So what did you, besides no Shane McMahon here tonight, what did you think of the show? Like, what was your favorite moment from tonight?
My favorite moment was like the ending of the show.
Okay, we haven't talked about that yet. So tell me why you liked it.
That little leaked footage of Daniel Bryan with Rowan. I think Bryan knew all along.
I think he did too, man. I think he's playing us all like a little fiddle, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Bryan is totally playing us along. Yeah, no doubt about it. He slapped Rowan, but the look of the surprise, the surprise look on the face of Rowan right there was incredible. Just he's like, wait, what? Why are you slapping me? You knew this. What? It was hilarious, and watching him just absolutely beat the crap out of him, like, oh, that was so funny. Yeah, Bryan's a great heel, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he is.
It's very true. The best baby faces truly make the best heels. Do you have anything that you didn't like from tonight?
Well, I didn't like how Randy Orton brought Kofi's family into the feud.
Okay, so you're not a fan of that one.
Mm-mm.
Did it get too personal for you?
Kind of.
Yeah. Fair enough, you know, like it definitely added a giant personal part to this feud. In my opinion, this is exactly what the feud needed to further it along and truly add, like, you know, this dastardly evil Randy Orton element to it, right? It's working for me so well. I'm loving this feud.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. Anything else you would like to get off your chest before we move on to our next caller?
Nope.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for calling. Make sure you call back in the future and have yourself a wonderful night.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. Let's try Thomas and Noble. Thomas, how's it going, man? You got your earbuds in?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Thomas time. The fans are excited to hear their number one favorite caller. What do you want to talk about today?
Well, since you ask, Mr. Conman, the light on that show so far is Ollie defeating Buddy Murphy.
What a great match, eh?
I know, right? Between two former cruiserweights from 205 Live here, and well, it is a fantastic match. But one thing that stumped me is about Buddy Murphy.
Okay.
Last week we saw Buddy defeated Daniel Bryan, but he lost to a match to Ali, which I like. The first thing on my mind here is Buddy Murphy should deserve a big push after that victory last week.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the push is coming. If we want to get super, super technical here, Ali had beaten Daniel Bryan too, right? If we want to get super technical with it and looking at the wins and losses from the past. So, Buddy Murphy beat Daniel Bryan. Ali beat Daniel Bryan, and the two go head-to-head, and Ali happens to get the better of Buddy Murphy that night. I don't think it's detrimental at all to Buddy Murphy because he had another great showing, and that's 3 weeks in a row. He's got the fan support behind him now, and it's just a matter of time before he gets pushed to the moon.
Is Buddy a heel?
No, he's not. It was confirmed. I was thinking the same thing. It was confirmed that he's not a heel with the handshake with Ali at the end of the match. That was the first moment where you truly see what side of the heel babyface side that Buddy Murphy is on, and the handshake truly points to him being a babyface.
That shocked me a bit. I thought he'd remain as a heel, but I think he's now a babyface. Is that right?
I would say that, yeah. He's definitely closer to being a tweener of a character where he's got his heel element still, but he's slowly being phased over to the babyface side because of the reactions the fans are giving him. I mean, anytime that a fan is saying, where's Buddy Murphy? Where's Buddy Murphy? Where's Buddy Murphy? That just means they've got fan support. That means that they got people that want to watch them in the ring. So Buddy Murphy is closer to being a babyface than ever before, I would say. The handshake certainly helped it. And the match against Ali, just backed it up. He worked as somewhat of a heel, but somewhat as a babyface as well. He sold for Ali, and he got his offense in. So very, very impressed with Murphy here lately.
Yeah. And most important, also, no Shane McFarty pants, which I'm very happy about.
Yes, I figured you would, man. So you must have just loved all of tonight. There was no Shane on there. You're just watching it, and you're like, this is what wrestling's supposed to look like. No Shane.
Yes, no Shane McFarty pants.
All right, buddy. Yeah.
Next week, if Shane McFarty pants comes to SmackDown and screw, who is Elias facing the second round of the King of the Ring tournament?
Ali.
Yeah, if Shane McMahon screw Ali like we did to Kevin Owens, I will rant so hard, and I will punch Shane McFarty pants into the face and send him back to Connecticut.
Well, we're going to wait and see if that ends up happening next week. Maybe Thomas is going to punch a billionaire in the face.
Yeah, because nobody's going to stop me for punching Shane McFarty pants. I have a huge hatred on Shane McFarty pants, a.k.a. the worst in the world, Shane McMahon!
Oh, man, it's always great talking to you. Thank you for your lovely call. We are going to actually be done with the calls, though, after you. So anything else that you want to finish the show off with?
One more thing, and it has to... one more thing. It is about the end of the show that I was confused about.
Okay.
So, after I was looking at that footage, and there was Rowan. I don't know if it's the Rowan lookalike from last week or the real Rowan was standing with Daniel Bryan. Well, my thought is Rowan, and Daniel Bryan most likely might turn on Rowan, but the question I want to know is Rowan going to be pushed as a babyface or remain as a heel with Daniel Bryan?
Remain as a heel with Daniel Bryan. I think everything we're seeing right now is Daniel Bryan just trying to pull a fast one over all of us, and it's obviously working because we're asking these questions, right? Daniel Bryan is in our heads and trying to make us second guess, is this actually Eric Rowan? I think Daniel Bryan's the one orchestrating all of it. I think he has been since day one. And so Eric Rowan being featured in the back of that, I think Daniel Bryan was more mad at the fact he got caught. I think he's like, you idiot for getting caught, and that's why he was slapping him more so than the fact that he was surprised to see Rowan on camera. I think that's more what the story is all about, and I think Rowan and Bryan are going to be still together as a pairing moving forward.
Yeah, of course.
All right, man. It was great talking to you, though, but that's got to bring us to the end of our show. Thanks so much for calling, buddy. It's always great talking to you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, buddy.
And if Shane McMahon ever come to SmackDown, I will rant and I will punch him in the face and I'll send him back to Connecticut like I.
All right, man. We're looking forward to seeing that. Maybe one day we're going to see Thomas Noble on the news for punching Shane McFarty Pants in the face. Thanks for calling, man. Have yourself a wonderful night.
Hell
and take
yeah.
care. Take care, buddy. Bye-bye.
Later.
All right, guys. That brings us to the end of the show. Jay Edits. I don't know what is going on here in the chat. Apparently, you've been begging me to mute somebody in the chat. My moderators would do a good job at that if it was truly something that needed to happen. So I'm not too worried about it. But guys, that's going to bring us to the end of the show here today. Thank you so much for watching. On your way out, please make sure you leave a like on this video. Also making sure you are subscribed to this channel. If you have not done so, turn those notifications on as well. Again, thank you so much to everybody who made this night absolutely incredible with the donations and everything. I appreciate the crap out of you guys. You allow me to create awesome content like this and allow me to stay up till 11:21 here tonight creating all this content for you guys. But that's going to be it here for me. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, on your way out, make sure you leave a like on this video. Make sure you are subscribed. And that's it here today. Thank you so much for watching. I've been gone. And this was our SmackDown Live review on August 27th, 2019. Have yourselves a wonderful night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.